Hi everyone. Welcome to episode 33 today. Since I first started my lives in December, this is my show. We're here for the human experience. I am doing something a little bit out of my comfort zone. I have zero script today. So if you're new here, I am Lisa. I am a certified life coach. I focus on mind, body, spirit coaching, bringing us into alignment, connecting our thoughts and our emotions. I'm also a Reiki master teacher, so I like to work with energy as well because our thoughts and emotions are energy. Thanks everybody for joining me today. And like, share, and subscribe. I also have a YouTube channel. Before I get into today's live, without my script, which is a little uncomfortable for me, not gonna lie. However, I do it when I'm in person with people, so it shouldn't be that bad. Video is a little bit different, I gotta say. So before I get any further, I do have an in-person workshop coming up on October 7th at 5:30. More information is on my website, lisahydlifecoach.com, or on my page. And we're talking about mindful eating and the relationship with our food and how it affects us, or how we think about food and our body, the food and body relationship with our mindset. So that is on Monday. I'm also bringing in sandwiches and refreshments, and so we can really talk about food. So that is happening on Monday. So I want to talk about, I had a workshop on Saturday where the fall solstice workshop, and we talked about reflecting, aligning, and growing. And, you know, I got to say, I love the workshops because I always gain something. I gain so much out of the workshops. I learn a lot more about myself. I learn about other people and what they're going through, and it is just such a great way to connect with people. And I know that for the participants, they're gaining as well, which I really, really love. Obviously, because otherwise why would I do a workshop, right? But it's always nice because I feel that it is that back and forth that we're all gaining from the workshops, just like with the videos today. So the workshop on the Saturday, we're talking about reflecting, and I just want to, it's so important for us to reflect. I never really thought about it before, until I started getting into mindset and my beliefs and my narrative, and I like to think about it as our mindset as we're walking through life. The character Pigpen, he's got always this little dust cloud around him. I feel that's our energy, and that's what we're dragging with us. So reflecting actually helps us to let go of some of that dust and clutter. So reflecting does help us get rid of that, or sort it out. I shouldn't say get rid of it, but eventually it's like, okay, that's gone. It actually does, because we're releasing things as we go and clearing things out. So in the reflection, over the past, I'm going to say probably for myself since August, I've been getting this energy coming up that I've had to look at. I guess that I wanted to look at, because I like to do that. I like to ask myself questions and things. You've probably guessed that if you have been watching my shows. So yeah, I could feel this energy coming up, and I thought, okay, well, here it comes. And over the past couple of weeks, it's been very heavy, and it's given me clarity, like since August, and it's giving me that awareness and that building. And so over the past couple of weeks, it's been really heavy, and I've questioned a lot of things and just sort things out. I don't judge how I'm feeling anymore. I know the thoughts come up that say, okay, stop this, bury it down. But if I'm burying it down, which I have done in the past, when I'm burying it down, it doesn't help. it doesn't it doesn't help at all, and it just keeps coming up and it keeps coming up. And so the energy of the universe has been this: we need to reflect on things, we need to see things so we can release them instead of carrying them around like Pigpen, right? So the energy come up, and the one day I was able to actually sit with it, and our emotions want to be seen and heard, just like it's us. The emotions are us. We want to be seen and heard. So if I'm pushing my emotions down, then I am not even listening to myself. Then I'm not being seen and heard. My emotions are not being seen and heard. And therefore, I am also not being seen and heard. So there's that whole vibe there. So as soon as I start to, I recognize that my emotions want to be seen and heard, and I'm grateful for them, because we are feeling beings here, and it's important too. Like, we have a whole cornucopia of emotions and words to describe how we're feeling and thinking. So why not use them? And because we are feeling beings and we are here for the human experience, then let's look at it. So I sit with my emotions because I want to be seen and heard. And it actually clears them out, and it gives me that more that clarity and that understanding and that compassion and awareness and the alignment, because now it's like, oh, okay, I can see, okay, I get it. I'm getting the information. I wasn't looking at it before, but now I am. And I know at some points, some of the heavy emotions, we don't want to. We feel like we'll potentially never come out of those feelings. And when we know that we are feeling beings and it's okay to feel and be, I mean, at times the old limiting belief comes up and says, stop crying, or what's your problem? And of course that's not helpful. It's never helpful. It's that, oh no, I need to sit with these, and I'm okay with sitting with the emotions because I want to release them and I want to know why I'm feeling the way I am. So, because it brings in that clarity, and because we are the feeling beings, I don't want to push that aside. So I want to feel those emotions and check in with myself so that I can move on and, clear out some of the dust of the pig pen, right? So that's one of the things. And as we reflect on it, it does bring that alignment and that inner peace and that okay, which also then brings it into growth. What did I learn from this? What can I do with this information? How am I going to move forward now that I know this information? And upon, in reflection, I've probably mentioned it in other videos. I know I've posted about it. But reflecting on, in an evening, on the day, or on a Sunday, to reflect on our week, instead of piling it up and looking at it, at the end of the year and go, oh, I don't even know. Oh yeah, a few things here and there, but we're not really reviewing our life. And so it's almost like this, we're not paying attention to it. So when we review and reflect, say on a Sunday evening of the past week, we can look at the happy things, all the joyful things that happen in our life, because that is important to acknowledge that we have those, that happy aspects and happy parts and, laughter and good times in our life, because those want to be acknowledged as well. And then it's that, okay, what can I learn? What are some of the things that I wasn't that keen on? What can I learn from them? And moving forward, how do I want the new week to be? And also understanding that sometimes life throws us a curveball, and to be able to manage it. It's like, okay, I can reflect, I can review, even if something happens in one of the days next, let's say next week, or even for the rest of this week, in one of those days. So at the end of the day, reflect on it. Set a timer for 2 minutes, even 5 minutes, just to kind of go, because as we're gathering everything up in our lives, we aren't reflecting and reviewing, and we're not letting stuff go that doesn't need to be carried around anymore. So in that review and that reflect, Our emotions and our thoughts are being heard and seen, which means we are being heard and seen by us. Because we need to be able to hear and see ourselves and listen to what we need and what's going on in our lives. Super important. Come here. And so in that, even, throughout the week, even on let's say a Wednesday, just ask yourself, how is the week going so far? How am I feeling? What's going on? Right? Look at it that way, because I know, and I say, and I mean, it wasn't easy. I've learned how to do this. It is a practice. But learning that practice gives me that, like I say, that alignment, that inner peace, that wisdom of, oh, okay. And the other thing to know is that we have all these experiences and abilities, right? We're here for the human experience. We have all these skills and abilities, and I trust in my abilities and skills. I have to remember the resume of my life, right? We don't think about that, all the things that we've accomplished in our life. We usually look at what I haven't done yet. So reflect and review, and this is the season to do it. And like I say, even at Sundays, once a month even. And excuse me, having a 5-year plan, having a 1-year plan, those are awesome. Absolutely, because you want to know, you want to have a focus. Where am I going? But as you reflect and review on the Sundays, it does give you that, it keeps you on track. It keeps you on, oh, okay, yeah, I got to shift here, got to shift there. Because we are shifting all the time. But the more that you can bring that, your consciousness and your awareness to you and checking in with yourself, then you're navigating you. And your emotions and your thoughts aren't navigating you. You are checking in with you. You are gaining emotional regulation, gaining better thoughts. It's powerful. It really is powerful. And that's why, I like to focus, when my emotions come up, I want to give them that time, because like I say, I haven't done that in the past, and it doesn't help. It's kind of like kicking myself in the butt too. Oh, you shouldn't have blah, blah, blah. That's not helpful either. I want to know what I can change. What do I need to sort out so that I don't have to continue to kick myself in the butt or continue to have life just kind of happen to me. So reflect and review. We don't have to relive it. We just have to reflect and review and make those minute changes, minute changes throughout the week, because you're reviewing it. And is it keeping you on track of your 1-year plan, your 6-month plan, right? But don't be afraid of the heavy emotions. They are you, and they want, it's that, it is, the dark night of the soul stuff. It is healing the inner child. It is being okay with those emotions, because we are the feeling beings, and looking at those beliefs that maybe aren't in alignment with who we are. The energy of, right? How much pig pen dust do we have carrying on with us? And how old is some of that dust? I know I carried around, quite a bit of dust before. And then I let it go because it was no longer needed. So, reflect and review. It's okay. It is heavy at times, and it is a challenge at times, without a doubt. But your emotions are like children. They are you, and they want to be heard. So in that, letting them, allowing those emotions to come through and be heard for you. It's for you. Then it starts to transform your beliefs, transforms you, aligns you, helps you let things go, and to gracefully move forward. Well, I think that's a wrap for me today. scriptless. If you guys are so inclined and you want to send me questions, and I will be happy to answer them here live, because it, helps me step out of my comfort zone at times, and we have to do these things, right? Be in the now. It's like, yeah, just go for it. Go for it. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Today was a short show. Have a great week, everyone, and I will see you in 2 weeks' time for another episode of We Are Here for the Human Experience. Check out my page, check out my website. Bye, everyone.